everybody. Happy day before Thanksgiving. We're here live. The kids are out of school today.
Yay.
So the kids are with us today. Not yay.
Yay.
Just kidding. We love you guys.
Yeah.
So this is
Violet.
And this is
Emily.
Violet's in 3rd grade. Emily's in 4th grade. They're just hanging out.
How are you girls enjoying your day off?
Good.
Good.
What have you guys been doing with your day off so far?
Playing with slime.
Playing with slime.
Playing with slime.
Is anybody else's kids into slime making?
We are.
Yeah.
We're gonna guess that it's a yes.
Yeah.
Slime is pretty popular these days. It seems like
It is.
these girls sure love it.
Yeah.
Elmer's Glue sure loves it.
Yeah. What is your guys' favorite Thanksgiving food?
Turkey. Turkey.
Really?
Yeah.
With or without gravy?
With.
With gravy?
Without.
No gravy?
I just like turkey and mashed potatoes. And corn.
So we are one of those families that has their Christmas stuff up already.
Yeah, no judging.
Please don't
okay?
judge.
Else then we'll put you in the fire room.
We've actually we've got a lot of traveling coming up, so we wanted to be sure that we had everything kind of up because we'll be out of
It's
town.
either proactive or no active these
Right.
days. So
Right.
we went with proactive to make sure we got some ornaments on the tree.
Totally. So
Well, we'll go ahead and get started. We thought we'd bring the girls in here to help answer our question, and then we'll send them off to go make more slime or hang out on their iPads. So our question today comes from a recruiter whose question is, I'm having a hard time finding some of my travelers' jobs. They're looking in very specific areas. What should I do? We call those the unicorn jobs.
I want a unicorn job. Ew.
Who doesn't want a unicorn
I just
job?
want a unicorn.
Right. So, girls, we'll start with Violet first. If you were working with a nurse that wanted to be in a very specific location or a traveler, and you didn't have anything, what would you do?
I would tell them to maybe find a different job that they liked.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
What
a good
about
one.
you,
What about you, Emmy?
I would tell them that they're out of luck and they get what they get and they don't throw a fit.
Have you heard that before?
Yep.
Who says that to you? All right.
The truth comes out.
So we've got a couple great answers.
Yeah.
Thank you, girls,
Thanks
for joining
hanging
us.
out with us.
Can you say
You're
goodbye to
welcome.
everybody?
Say bye.
Bye.
All right.
All right.
See you,
guys.
girls. Enjoy.
I can't get my
All right. So that was fun.
Oh, they're so cute, aren't they?
Yeah, you never know what they're going to say. So that was risky, but
Right. Right.
why not, right?
Yeah, they're being good because Santa's watching.
Right.
So.
Well, kind of. So we're happy to be here again with you guys. And again, the question was, what do you do in those situations where you have, maybe you're looking at your pipeline and you're realizing that you have, a pipeline full of candidates that are looking for one specific location, and it happens to be a location where there just aren't any jobs. So what do you
first,
do?
for us, for us, it's kind of, that's a red flag in the qualifying process. We'll kind of back it all the way up to the qualifying process before they're even to the point where you've built a profile and you've started looking at jobs for them. When you find candidates and they're really focused in a specific location, and that historically your company doesn't staff there, that's kind of a red flag. Red flags don't always have to mean something negative. It can just mean, hey, this is a red flag that, maybe this person just isn't a good fit for my company. Maybe they're looking for something in Alabama, and we historically see, 3 jobs a year in Alabama, and we know that our chances aren't real good of placing them.
Yeah, I think so. It's the difference between a prospect and a candidate.
Right.
So a prospect is somebody that may potentially do business with your company, and they become a candidate once you've determined that, yes, they're qualified. They're somebody that you can help, right? I mean, that's the role of the recruiter, is to figure out is what they're looking for, is what they value in a partnership, in a recruitment team.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you can deliver on? If the answer is yes, then they become a candidate. So if you have a pipeline full of quote unquote candidates that you can't find jobs for, chances are good you have a pipeline full of prospects.
Right.
And probably need to take a step back. Like Sherry said, look at the qualifying, what are you doing, what are you not doing, and determine whether or not you're moving forward with the right people.
And we talk about pipelining a lot, guys, because it's super, super important. You want to have candidates in your pipeline ready to go, especially in today's market, like we talked about last week. They've got to be ready to go and ready to jump on opportunities as they open up. But here's the thing. If you have a bunch of, the one-hit wonders in your pipeline, all they're doing is clogging your pipeline for your candidate, your A and your B candidates to get pushed through. If you have a bunch of candidates that are focused in very specific areas and you're spending all of your time looking for jobs that don't exist or looking for jobs that, it's like a needle in a haystack.
We see this all the time. So
Yeah.
It just comes down to
Just because they like you and just
Right,
because
right.
you have a great conversation doesn't
Right.
make them a hot candidate or the perfect candidate for you.
Right. And I think to add to that, I think that, one of the things when it comes to, we talk about qualifying, right? We talk about asking open-ended questions, trying to figure out what's really valued. But it really, I think it's important to kind of identify. One of the things that we talk about in training is the discovery phase and really digging in and figuring out what's important, what's valued. Is it just Dallas, Texas, or is it something about Dallas, Texas
Right.
that's important to them?
Maybe they're just a Cowboys fan. I'm sorry, that's kind of a red flag.
Hey, that's not a red flag.
But
That's a good thing.
but so maybe they're willing to go anywhere and they just want to make it to a Cowboys game or two this season.
Guess what? The Cowboys play in a lot of different cities.
They do play in a lot of
Right.
different cities, and
Just one
depending
example.
on where they're at, flights to Dallas are cheap. Schedule a couple of weekends off during their contract where they can fly to Dallas and spend time with family or attend a game.
The point being that you want to really understand, what is it about that
Right.
particular location that's important to them. Now, not everyone is going to, give you this list of other factors that are
Right.
important. And so it's okay for you to make that determination. Hey, this person is Dallas, Texas, or nowhere, right? And that's okay. That doesn't make them a bad traveler. It doesn't, there's no judgment there. But what it means is you have to make a determination of how much time am I going to invest in finding Dallas, Texas for
Right.
this person, and how am I going to prioritize the rest of my candidates
Right.
and how I spend that time.
Right. Are you
What's that?
going to bother and bug your client managers, your account managers, your VMS contacts? Are you going to call them constantly asking them, hey, I've got this great ICU nurse and she's ready to go and she'll work nights and she'll work holidays and she'll work weekends. Just call your hospital in Dallas and tell them she's ready to go. Well, it just comes back to the old adage, right? Like we, as an agency, we don't make up jobs. If we made up jobs, our positions would be
It'd be
super easy.
right?
But we don't. We're, given the cards that we're dealt, and those are the jobs that we've got. And we've got to do one of two things with those candidates. We've either got to say very early on and very upfront, hey, listen, you sound like a great traveler, you sound like a great nurse or a great PT or OT or whatever profession they are, but I'm not sure that we're going to be a good fit for you because our company doesn't see a lot of positions in this area, and they will respect you so much more for letting them know that up front than having them get in their paperwork and having them send in their skills checklist and calling their references for the 20th time,
Right.
knowing that your chances are very slim to none that you'll be able to find them something. They will have way more respect for you if you nip that in the bud early and just let them know. Or you have the conversation that, or you feel like through conversation with them that, you recognize that area is important, but you can find what they're looking for in some other places.
Finding those commonalities, really
Right.
trying to figure out, okay, so you want Denver, Colorado. Okay, well, here's the deal. If you want Denver, Colorado, we've got some jobs, but they're
Right.
not interviewing quickly. The rates are a little bit lower. Or we can look at this other location where you're going to have the skiing that you
Right.
want, the nightlife that you want, all of these things. And we talk about this a lot during training, but there
Mhm.
are places throughout the country. If you look at Omaha, Nebraska, for example, there are a lot of cities that have some similarities between, with Omaha, Nebraska, or with Seattle, Washington. You can find those commonalities and figure out, is there a way that I can present this particular prospect or candidate with an opportunity that's going to actually help them address their needs, wants, and
Right.
and still, at the end of the day, provide a great experience and
Yeah.
and turn out to be a positive win-win for
Absolutely.
everybody.
So just to kind of recap here, when you have those candidates that are having difficulty finding jobs because they're focused on a specific location, you've got one of two options. You know, you either let them go early on because they're strictly just focused in that area, or you really dig your heels in and find out what is it about that specific area that has them wanting to go there. And can you redirect them somewhere else based on their needs, their wants, their fears? You know, can you find everything that they're looking for in a different setting somewhere else?
Because at the end of the day, you can only pitch jobs that you have, right? You're a representative for your business, for your agency, and based on the jobs that you have to offer, you have to find something that's going to work for them potentially. And the answer may, I mean, it might not be what you want. Maybe it's that this, you know, particular candidate just isn't going to be a good fit, and that's okay. The sooner you can figure that out, the better it is for the traveler. And the better it is for you. And
the more time you can spend finding those candidates who are open to more geographical areas. So.
Absolutely. Good stuff.
Anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
I hope this was helpful for you guys. I do want to let you guys know that I am going to be going live on Monday for something special. I hope you guys will all tune in. Something that I'm super passionate about that hits close to home for me. You guys will see me live on Monday, and hopefully you can join me. Adam will be in Orlando, where the sun is shining.
Right. Going to
beer
where it's
flows
warm.
like wine.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So thanks everybody. If you guys have any questions, keep those questions coming. Feel free to PM us or send us an email, and we will see you next week.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye.